S3 properties. In this video, we are going to see the properties in S3 and bucket versioning. The first property is URI. URI means Unique Resource Identifier. So it is the standard format which is used to uniquely identify the object which we stored in the bucket. And it helps to identify the location of the object present inside the S3 bucket. And the URI is cannot be accessed through the browser, and it will be used only in configurations or policies. And the format of URI is s3:// bucket name. And if the object is stored in any folder, it means it will indicate the folder name first, and the object name will be declared next, or otherwise the object name will be displayed. Here the folder name is also known as S3 prefix. Second one is URL. URL means unique resource locator. So it is a web accessible link, which means it can be accessed via the browser, and it also acts like a HTTPS endpoints. And the every object stored in that S3 bucket will have the unique URL, and the URL is not public by default. So by using the URL, we can able to open, download or view the object files. And the format of URL is https:// name .s3 and the region where we create the bucket, and the domain name. Finally, the file name will be displayed. Third one is pre-signed URL. Pre-signed URL is the temporary URL, which means it will allows the only authorized people to access the S3 object. For that authorized people, they don't need to have any AWS credentials. So only the person who created the pre-signed URL needs the AWS permission, and that anyone who received the link, they can use it until the link expired. So if you want to share the files very securely, means then we can use the pre-signed URL to give them temporary access for 10 minutes or 1 hour, etc. And it will also allow the clients to interact with the S3 bucket more safely. And next property is copy, which is used to create a duplicate copy of an object from one location to the another location. And we can also able to create a copy in same bucket or in different bucket also. And here the original object remains safe, and it is basically used if I want to back up a file to another bucket, or if I want to copy a data between the folder, means then the copy property is used. Next property is move, which means here we will able to copy the one file from one location to another location. The file which is presented in the previous location will be automatically deleted, which means the original file will be deleted, and the file which we copied in the new location is only available to use. So it is basically like a cut and copy paste method. And that next property is initiate restore. So initiate restore means it is used to retrieve the objects which are stored in that S3 Glacier storage class. We already know that those storage class are known as cold storage, which are cheap. But if I want to retrieve the data from that storage class, means I will wait for so many hours to retrieve the data. So if I want to avoid this kind of situation, means then I must initiate the restore request. Then I can retrieve the object from that storage class very immediately. So how it work means, if I initiate the restore, it will create a temporary copy of the object from the storage Glacier storage class, and that copy is stored in that S3 standard storage class. We already know that if I want to frequently access the data, or I want to retrieve the data quickly means, then I will store the data in S3 standard storage class. Which means the S3 standard storage class retrieval time is very low compared to the other storage class. So if the data or object is stored in that storage class means, I can use or download the file very quickly. And the original file also remains in the Glacier storage class. And that next property is ARN. ARN is Amazon resource name, which is like a unique address for the AWS resources, and it is used to give permission in IAM policies like allow or deny access, and it is used by the bucket policies also, and it can represent the bucket or the object, and the every object and the bucket has the unique ARN, and basically it will help us to know exactly which resources we are using it. For that purpose the ARN are used. And that next one is bucket versioning. Bucket versioning means if we use this, we will able to keep the multiple copies of the same object in the bucket, so that we can protect the data from any accidental termination also. So let us consider the situation. If the versioning is disabled means, if I upload the file, it will be the version 1. If I want to upload the same file means, in the versioning disabled bucket, it will overwrite the file. The previous file will not be present in that bucket. But if the versioning is enabled means, if I upload the file with the same name means, it will overwrite. It will not overwrite the file, which means the old version of the file is also present in the bucket, and the new version of the same file is also present in that bucket. So it will help us to protect that data from the accidental termination. Suppose if someone delete the object in the bucket versioning enabled bucket means, it will not directly or permanently delete the bucket. Instead of this, it will add a delete marker to that object. So we can restore the previous version of the file at any time. And versioning can also be enabled, suspended, or disabled, and the disabled is only possible when the bucket is completely empty.